inside of this box is a chair. A chair from Libernovo that has electronics in it. Adjusts and massages your back and reclines all the way back. I'm gonna pull this out, set it up, test it out for a few weeks, and tell you what I think. Already, I just want to give Libernovo some kudos on how they have this thing set up for installation. For example, little things like this. You know, look, little white gloves, but everything's organized. And then these are the instructions, which is actually really dope. You'd be surprised how much chair stuff, even these really high-tech chairs, come out of the factory like with like a, hey, good luck. So this is the piece that does the like electronics. You see this little bit right here? This is their dynamic back fit system, which pushes up and out based on some controls. The screws on this thing are all hex screws, and it's actually quite, everything feels quite nice. Here's the backrest lumbar support thing, okay? Fully movable and clicks into here. I've got to be honest that I'm quite impressed with the design and manufacturing on this. This plastic is like not much to write home about in some ways. It does feel really solid, but all of the engineering, the little bits and bops, the details themselves are surprisingly elevated. You probably can just barely see, but there's a neck rest on here, and then there's a battery, okay? It charges via USB-C on this little guy right here and slides in and clicks. So that's how you're charging for your machine back here. Now they also sent over a little footrest with, again with this little, so you push this little guy right here and this turns on the 5-minute sort of move in and out feature on the chair. Just push it again and it turns off. This is your control forwards and backwards, and then apparently this light gets a red LED when the battery needs to be charged. Okay, let's check this guy out. First of all, whoa, it reclines way back. Definitely noticing the softness of the cushion. I've been using air mesh chairs for a while, and this actually feels like a pillow, a lot softer. On this side of the chair, you have your raise up to there and your lower down to there. You also have your limiter for how far back this can go. There's a fourth one. This is where those footrest is going to come in handy. Armrests easily move in and out like this, maybe too easily. You've also got elevated solidly. That feels pretty good. And then they crunch in and out, and the out is a little bit harder than the in. The other adjustment I want to check out is headrest. So this pulls up and down relatively easy, and it's quite sturdy. I wonder if it'll move on me over time. I'll be testing that. Then this pushes out, and then you've got a little latch that you push in to pull that back. Nice touch. And then get your footrest up. Let's see how that does. This is great. Oh my gosh. Now adjusting it from here, I'm pulling that in and out super easily, get it right where I want it. That feels great. This is much better than previous chairs that I've used. Have I told you about how I'm trying to create a workshop where I can edit my videos like this because it's just so great? Then you've got your tension bar right here, which I'm gonna ratchet it up a bunch. Get a little bit more. There we go. Now it's really pushing on me a bit more. Really quite smooth, the way that it moves and the way it comes back to me. That feels great. So getting it set up with some tension so I'm a little more floaty seems like a possibility. All right, now let's see how this lumbar stuff works. As the lumbar's pushing out, I feel my shoulders coming back more too. I'm going out to the furthest it can go. Oh, that actually feels great. Definitely some decompression up front and some compression in the back. This like changes the shape of the whole back. I can feel my shoulders starting to get more support as my lumbar goes down. I can feel it up in my upper thoracic spine. So like adjusting that to get my shoulders where they want to be. You know, I've tested a lot of chairs. I've made a lot of videos on chairs, but I've never had one that has like a remote control frickin' right on. Definitely a nice cushy foam. Feels more dense than typical cheap foam, not quite memory foam, but I actually really like the feeling of it. It has somewhat of a more elevated feeling, again, where I'm surprised by the quality here. And that's also the case here on the back and the headrest. The headrest is a little bit lighter of a foam. This is also a little bit lighter of a foam. This has more density to it on the seat cushion. Okay, I just did about, 2.5, almost 3 hours in this thing, and my first impressions are very good. Super comfortable. I spent almost all of that time totally laid back. The footrest is excellent. And clicking that little button every now and again was great. I definitely noticed the comfort on this cushion and stuff, especially on the headrest. This is a very light, kind of soft, caressing foam, and I'm so glad that it is. It feels really good, and I like the way that this moves in and out. You can easily dial it in by holding in this little clip over here. So my first session with it was very good. I'm going to use it a bunch more, and now you're about to hear me talk about that. First of all, let me show you this footage in real time. It's not sped up, because when it's sped up, it looks like it's really pumping away at you there. It moves up and down for 5 minutes. It moves at different heights throughout that time. As it's moving up, your spine changes its shape. As it's coming down, everything sinks down. Your shoulders and stuff can kind of shift back. I found it to be lovely, frankly, and I think it might be good for us. I think it could be quite a hack for spinal health while we work. All right, so I used it heavily for about 3 weeks. Lots of long sessions in the chair, lots of use of it, and I have some serious opinions. But first, this episode is brought to you by Studio Neat. If you're doing a lot of work at your desk, get yourself one of these, because it's designed to fit between you and your laptop. So you got your big juicy pen. This is from Studio Neat as well, the Mark I pen, my favorite by a long shot. And then you've got this whole piece of paper in front of you on your desk. Studio Neat makes some of my favorite pens and notebooks by a long shot. Like, look, this one I have just filled up. This is their Keepbook. It's got a hard case. They have little pocket notebooks. They have my favorite pens, the Mark I and the Mark II, which is designed to fit in your pocket, but be a full-size pen when you need it. And when you don't, it just collapses into this perfect palm-sized thing. Studio Neat make incredible stuff. I'll link in the description and in the pinned comment to Studio Neat at this time code. Please use my link and get yourself something that you're gonna love for years to come. Because having a good chair and a good desk setup is one thing. This is where I do my creative work. Okay, links below on that stuff. All right, so this chair is excellent. I've never used a chair with a power function like this before. It was definitely a surprise. The gist is it's really nice to go way back and just push that button and be able to work and get a little stimulation going. Like, not a little, it's strong. The cushion is super plush and juicy. I felt it every time that I got into it. It never got hot. I've always heard people talk about softer cushioned chairs being a bummer when it's hot. I'm in Austin, Texas. Even though it's supposed to be winter, it's like 85, 90 degrees some of these days. I don't get hot, and I love sitting down into it personally. Like I said, I used a lot of like air mesh chairs, just a mesh. I prefer this. Chair construction has been great. I like that you can just hold it by this post and move it around. How a chair moves in a space, I don't know what your office is like, is very important to me because I move it around a lot. Also, the fact that this does not have a big fold-out leg stand that comes in and out of it, it's just over there. So when I move this chair, it's under the desk and it's not an issue. Construction has been solid. There's been a little jiggle on these, as I mentioned in the intro. that I thought would be an issue, and it hasn't been. In fact, I kind of love how like easy to move these things are. I like getting it all the way in like this for my elbows. The casters have been really good, moving around on both the hardwood floor and this carpet. I've really been impressed with the construction of this chair. Super layback posture is my preferred, and I can't speak highly enough of this adjustment here on the neck. Sometimes it's nice to like put it up a little higher and get a little bit. Sometimes it's like put it all the way back and have my eyes going down more. What I want is to get my monitor here. Dear God, I just want a monitor arm that's like got a 5-foot swing so I could literally get it like this. The spring adjustment on the handle's really great. This fluid, smooth, floaty kind of quality. You adjust it yourself, the up and down. Once I set it where I needed it to go, I never changed it. But let's talk about the electronics. Okay, first of all, without the electronics, it's already kind of it's like a surprisingly solid chair. Like I didn't think. And I like this foam. I like the construction. So it's already like a kind of a favorite chair for me without the electronics. But then you add the electronics in, and the idea that this might actually be good for blood flow and circulation and some movement when you're locked in working for a long period of time. It doesn't just get your low back, okay? It's also your chest opens wide depending on how your arms are going. So everything's getting a little movement. You feel it in your lungs. I mean, your acupuncturist loves this chair. And it does extend quite far out, like burp. So your SI joint, your lower spine gets a little bit of a stretch, which feels good. So the footrest is a must for me if you're gonna get this chair, and designing an office space. Because again, when your monitor's down here, you still have to have this forward down head tilt a little bit. I'm dreaming of a monitor up here, but I haven't gotten there yet. Then the battery, okay? I still haven't had to charge this after the original charge. This feels so solid. The way that it clicks in and out, just like a real product. USB-C right there, that's all you gotta do to charge it up. You got the light inside of here that does turn red when it says low. I've been using it for the last 3 weeks after my first big charge, and I don't know when it's gonna get low again. By far and away the most interesting chair for adjusting lumbar support. It's like a fancy car. It's like most cars you've probably been in the last 5 years, right? It's just like that. And you adjust it to where you want. And sometimes you can just adjust it manually. I never do. I get it where I want it. I push the button, and then I'm just going. And then you notice it when it stops. It's like, oh. And you get lost in work for a little bit. And then you're gonna need to set a reminder or something. Like I want my watch to buzz or something every now and again. Oh yeah, click the button again. But it's always there when you need it. It got me excited to kind of get into the desk for a while. That excitement fades, but the value of having a spine that's been moving a bit while I've been sitting and working, that has stayed valuable. The two drawbacks I would say on this is your fabric can get dirty over time. That's what a fabric chair is like. Mine hasn't. The other thing is you can't adjust the lumbar or do the back thing when your battery's dead and you're charging it. Benefits are pretty extensive. You got this super cushy foam padding, and I'm serious. I didn't think I would be like saying you'd really love this chair at this price just for the quality of construction alone. Then you've got the full recline. It goes all the way down. Then you've got the machine-oriented lumbar movement stretch like automatically for you, as well as it manually is adjusted by electronics. Finally, the battery and the construction of the whole thing and all of it just seems to work, behave so well as a chair. It's exactly what you want. It's exactly what you want. I mean, I'll add another one just because I should call out how good this headrest works, because it's delightful. I have to be honest with you that I did not expect this to be such a positive review when I started thinking about making it. So, shout out to Lenovo for making something really great. So this is my honest take on this thing. I think it's like over $700 for the chair. It's a totally worth it thing for me if you're spending hours in your office at your desk. One drawback is you might be less prone to actually stand at your standing desk, but hard saying, not knowing. All right, Get yourself a Studio Neat, something great. Check out the links in the description for this chair. Please let them know where you came from, and be yourself. Everybody else is taken. Thanks. I probably should have considered not wearing shorts when I sat down to make this video, but we'll see what it's like in the edit. Bye.